pre-drilled and inserted a couple of screws in this lath short piece, already custom cut to fit. Want to line it up with the top board the best I can so it's visually attractive. And I found that manually screwing it in is best for amount of torque and not stressing the board. They are quite thin, so you don't want to overdo it. They'll crack. That looks great. Last two lath boards. Hold on. So after I had finished covering the gaps in the top side of this unfinished side of the cedar fence, I had enough material to go forward and cover the bottom section, which I did. Still, I had enough half boards to complete a good part of the section of the full length laths. Well, they're not full length, they're 4 foot plus 2 feet. But that's all I could do because they don't come in 6 foot lengths. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm using up the rest of the material, the 4 bundles of 50 laths, 200, that I had sealed to complete my project, filling the most obvious annoying gaps between the slats in this cedar fence. Extending the lath boards in this section from the 4 feet to 6 feet is going to be a little bit more challenging. These boards, as it is, are attached to the stringers. 2 screws, one at the top, one near the bottom, but that doesn't draw it tight necessarily, depending on whether or not the lath board is a little warped. And these shorter pieces, a little bit under 2 feet, well, there's only one place to really permanently attach them, and that is the stringer down here, as you can see from the nails and the slats. So if I just attach it with one screw, maybe if it's nice and snug to the top board, one screw will be adequate. And if I can place these short sections so that the bow works in my favor, that might hold them in place. Let's see how that works out. As you can see, this is going to take a while, so let's get started. As I did for the full-length 4 foot laths, I used these 1 5/8 inch screws to attach them to these stringers, 2 locations. So I'll use the same screws for the bottom stringer on these short pieces. Always pre-drill, otherwise the laths will crack. See how this will fit. You can pinch it up there. If I have to, I could use a couple screws or even the stainless steel staples. All right. Pre-drill down here. Try to force it up best I can. Yeah. The advantage I have on this end board is that there is a post on the other side, so I can attach both the top and bottom using the shorter screws. This will really only work with the ones that are over the post. I'll do one at a time. All right. That reaches the post. Good enough. First, I'm gonna make sure the curve in this board, and they all have a bit of a curve, a bow will work in my favor, so it goes this way. Want to line them up as carefully as I can at the top, but the bottom is a problem because I can't see the opening. I think what I'll do is use a pencil line reference for centering at the bottom. Overlap a little bit here so I can draw a little line. It's good enough. Okay, it's gonna help. Pre-drill right where the stringer is. May have missed it a bit. Close enough. Now I use a longer screw. I might use the drill motor here for the majority of these, but I'm going to start out with doing it by hand to get a feel for it. Definitely use a drill motor next time. But these longer screws will make this a good and tight fit, and maybe prevent this from walking. Same strategy. Make sure that the warp or any bow is working in my favor. This one's good. Let's mark a reference mark for the center of the groove. Maybe I'll do it up here. Okay. Pre-drill. Apply some pressure upwards. Whoops. I could jam something underneath, I guess. Didn't quite butt it up, but we'll see how that lasts. This time I'm going to use my power drill to speed up the process, but I don't want to have it over torqued. So I'll start at 1. Yeah, can't be more like 2. I didn't quite butt it up. Doing it by hand is more precise. Maybe if I jam something in here. Three. Oh. Oh. Yep. Might have to do a combination of hand tightening at the end. Oh yeah. It's gonna vary, so I don't want to over torque it. That'll work. Oh yeah. Combination. Moving on, one at a time. I finished installing the bottom section lath boards, covering the full length of the gaps. This is a 6-foot fence. The lath boards were 4 feet. So I cut some in half to do the bottom section. Just 1 screw is holding them in, and I might have to add a screw at the top. But right now, they're pinching pretty good. Maybe 1 or 2 screws in the worst spots, if I really want to go to that much trouble. There are some wide gaps in the cedar pickets or slats of our backyard fence. And the problem is that it kind of distracts our dog and us when we see activity on the other side. So I'm going to do what the previous owner did in a majority of the fence in our backyard, and that is to cover up the gaps with some strips of wood. It's very expensive to buy cedar strips, so I decided to get these laths that come in a bundle of 50, and it's not so expensive. I finished installing the bottom section lath boards, covering the full length of the gaps. This is a 6-foot fence. The lath boards were 4 feet. So I cut some in half to do the bottom section. I'll certainly have to make adjustments over time. Very pleased with the results.